Welcome to Coffee with Bridget, and today's coffee is Blueberry Shortcake by Java Factory. It's blueberry and vanilla, and it's probably my favorite coffee that I've had in the variety pack. Yum yum. So, today I wanted to talk about being a content creator, my purpose, why I do it, um, where it's going for me, and a couple of pieces of news. One, I deactivated my blog and I removed a couple of short stories from Inkit, but I'll get to those in a moment. I wanted to start with saying thank you. Thank you for tuning into my blogs. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for following. These things really matter a lot to me. Now, I would be lying if I said it didn't feed some sort of ego, that I don't have a dopamine hit every time I see I have views. I think everybody who is a content creator to some degree has that experience. And I'm not one to shy away from the fact that I do appreciate seeing the numbers go up, seeing that people tune in. But my real main purpose in creating content is to help people feel a little less alone, a little less isolated, to lift people up and give them hope. I've been very lucky that through my studies, through a lot of personal work, I've reached a place of peace and resilience where when life throws things at me, I bounce back pretty easily. And I have a lot of hope and optimism for the future. And I think that's really important in these times. We live in troubled times or interesting times, as some might say. And whether it's because I'm just at the age where I'm more sensitive to it, or we really are going through a unique period of history. As some spiritual people suggest, we're going through a shift that's going to change humanity forever. Now, I'm not too sure about a blink of the eye and humanity changing forever. I think we all have our different beliefs about what that outcome would should be. I am not someone who believes in utopia or that we should try to create utopia. Um, I am someone who's very grounded in reality, and I think that each day is carpe diem, seize the day, be in the moment, not living some fantasy that things could be perfect if things were just done a certain way. People are imperfect. Drama happens around people. It's just natural. And a lot of people like drama. That's why people like watching true crime stories and people love watching movies. We like stories, we like adventures, and without adversity, there would be no adventure, there would be no story. So, you know, I've come to see duality as a beautiful thing, and duality is a natural part of life. It is a big part of life. And that's foremost in my mind right now because I'm reading the book Seven Universal Laws on Amazon. And duality is the first thing they cover. But it's a really good point. Duality is something that's important. And I think you can go beyond duality to a oneness state of mind by releasing the good and bad labels. You know, everything we come to, we either label as good or bad, but really everything is neutral. And when you can approach everything from a neutral place, it no longer has that charge to it. It no longer has that attraction to it. And when you're neutral, um, it's really easier to bounce back. So, my main purpose as a creator is to give inspiration, to cause people to be less lonely, and to really help uplift people. Because I do see the state of mind that I'm in on a regular basis as being beneficial and what other people pursue. So, that said, sounded a little egotistical, but that said, I do think I have something to offer to people. A lot of people turn to me for knowledge with questions and want oracle readings, and being able to tune into, I guess, universal spirit is what I would call it. Universal energies is just something that I naturally do. I understand the language of symbolism and the subconscious, and I love working with those two realms of energy. And to me, everything is energy. But what I wanted to touch on today is sorry, my kids are in the backyard. They just got a huge package of chalk from Amazon, so they're very excited and they're drawing things. So today was a big day in releasing my blog. I deactivated my blog. And the reason why I deactivated my blog is because I feel like I've evolved past it. I'm doing these daily vlogs. I'm doing other content creation, and I feel that I no longer have the time to do the blog, and I don't really feel it's necessary to have that work out there permanently. Now, being someone who's in the public eye, even though I'm pretty minor, I'm very blessed that, I had 1,000 views of that blog at one point a day. I had 100 views. And sometimes, even today, even though I have not been active on that blog, I had 14 views. So, it was very popular at one point in time. It did very well. And, it was something that I was proud of and something I was into. Sometimes I would write a blog every other day. It depended on the inspirations, kind of like these vlogs. Don't confuse them, blog and vlog, but it's really something that I did as inspiration struck. But I think sometimes we can let things go. Sometimes it's okay to evolve and grow and remove things that no longer serve us. And that blog no longer served me. It was no longer a reflection of who I am, where I'm at, and my goals. So that was a big part of my day today, was deactivating that blog. I can bring it back if I want to. I don't think I will. But I've closed a door on a big chapter of my life. And it's a big deal. Um, the other thing that I did was I took The Huntress and Alpha's Choice off of Inkit. Now, Inkit is a free publishing website where basically you can publish your books for free. It gets it to readers. And then if you are popular, then you get published on their app Galatea and you get paid. So I had uploaded at least 5, including Morosis, to Inkit. I removed Morosis last week, and then I decided to move the Huntress and Alpha's Choice this week because they're not canon Morosis material. And I'm publishing all of Morosis Saga on Amazon. So I didn't want to confuse people. I used the same character name in 2 different books. They were 2 totally different characters. But I didn't want to confuse people. I wanted people to stick to the main Morosis Saga now that it's completed. And, Morosis Saga is my baby. I wrote it when I was a teenager at first. And, I came up with the ending, which is kind of cliche, in my opinion. I don't know. I'm getting some opinions from other people. But I really loved the ending. And, I had known what the ending was for a while. But I finally wrote it down and finally wrote that final book, The Echoes of Niklos, which will be released in 2 years. But I just didn't want the Huntress and the Alpha's Choice to confuse people. They will come back in a new form. I will definitely rewrite those stories and publish them on Amazon as Morosis canon. But I decided that it wasn't the best to have them floating around out there right now. Even though quite a few people had read them. I think there was like 1,000 people who read The Huntress. So this is pretty much the end of this video. I appreciate you. Thank you for staying till the end. I'm going to say that almost in every video when we get to this point. People who stay to the end are priceless. So sending you guys so much love, and I appreciate you. Bye for now.